energy had me engaged the entire time.
I think what's great about Kevin's message is that, no matter how naturally talented you are, or no matter how great you can be, you can always keep striving for that next level. And even, if you become complacent, you might not even realize you've done it. But Kevin really helps you realize, that there's so much more that you can do. If you take a step back, really reevaluate what you're doing and what you're not doing, you can take it to the next level.
I loved his message about God's gift to you and your gift back, and he's just so down to earth and just a helpful, wonderful man.
Really, I think you can put him in front of anybody, and you're going to be inspired, you're going to be motivated, you're going to want to go out there, and you're going to want to start, reaching for that next level today.
Hey, thanks so much for joining in to the Leadership is Personal podcast, bringing you real-world solutions to real-world challenges in anywhere from 3 to 10 minute increments. Leadership is personal. Here's the better results. As the sun came up, sitting at my desk, I peered out my office window over the snow-covered frozen pond. As I contemplated the move back to corporate, I cracked open an old presentation to acclimate my thinking. The deck was a little dated, but prepared collaboratively with one of the best and largest and most respected consulting firms in the world. One with 3 letters, if you know what I mean. The cover had only a date and the title of the project. I flipped the page to the table of contents, and there it was, right there, the third bullet. With all of the resources and brain power of a multi-billion-dollar Fortune 100, and arguably the best consultants money could buy, and trust me, it wasn't cheap, the answer to why we don't rise up to our capabilities was right there. The third bullet. Bullet 1. Context and objectives. This made perfect sense. We all should consider what fields we want to play on, the existing and impending landscape, and what impact we want to make. Bullet 2. Research overview. If we've conducted research, tested the market, and identified ground changes, this should be reviewed for tweaks to strategy and tactics, as well as any adjustments to outcomes, upwards of course, that we want to make. And then bullet 3, current thinking and no regret moves. What? No regret moves? What exactly does this mean? George Bernard Shaw says, the reasonable man adapts himself to the world. The unreasonable one persists in trying to adapt the world to himself. Therefore, all progress depends on the unreasonable man. With all of the resources and brain power of our disposal, surprisingly, we often choose to play it safe, taking the option of failure off the table, opting to be, in a word, reasonable. Quick question. Are you suffocating? There are times in life when we are called to harness every bit of our will and live up to our full capabilities, the greatness that's within us all. Each of us has a gift, an ability to perform beyond our daily fathoms. But when we let fear determine our paths and remove the option of failure from the proverbial table, we are sure to have no regrets. We are sure to play it safe. We are sure to suffocate. By playing it safe, we choose not to live by choice. Truth is, failure is an option. We can choose to put ourselves in a place of vulnerability and potential greatness, requiring the harnessing of our will and all of our faculties to succeed. Or we can choose to play it safe. We can choose to suffocate. When the network's brass told Oprah she didn't have the personality for television, she didn't choose no regret moves. She focused. She chose greatness. When Michael Jordan didn't make the team, he didn't choose no regret moves. He focused. He chose greatness. Walt Disney was fired and told he lacked imagination. Have you ever taken your kids to Disney World? Close your eyes. Think back. Can you see their faces? You would never feel the joy of remembering their faces if Walt Disney would have taken no regret moves. He focused. He chose to live. He chose greatness. If you're like every other red-blooded man or woman, you make decisions every day. What big decision are you contemplating right now? What will you do? What will you do? Will you choose no regret moves? Or will you rise up to your full capabilities and choose to live on purpose? Choose greatness. Your move. Leadership is personal. If you join us here each and every week, you'll get a tidbit of information and insight that'll help you be the best version of yourself. Come back next week. Be sure to join us on Facebook within the Facebook group. Check us out on Twitter and on Instagram. Kevin D. Wright. Look us up. Check us out. Link to us online. Love to hear from you. Unlike some of the other podcasts, I want to hear directly from you, and I will answer your question. There's no question too tough, so together we can solve it. Stop back and tell a friend. Leadership is personal. Here's the better results.